Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing my February wrap up. I read 10 books in February, which I think is the most books that I've ever read in a month before, which is really exciting. I was just in a big reading mood, and as you know, we'll talk about it, but I got sucked down like a Sophie Lark hole. I could not stop reading her books, so I read a lot of those. But let's just get into it. So I started the month off with The X-Files by Jessica Joyce. I heard so many good things about this book, and it was good. Don't get me wrong. It's a second chance romance. It's about Georgia and Eli, and their best friend is getting married, and literally everything goes wrong. So it's up to them to kind of try to fix everything for him, to try to make it easier for him on his wedding day. And they've been broken up, and they're kind of forced together to figure things out for the wedding. And like being together again, they realize that maybe they can work past what happened in the previous relationship. But I gave it 3 stars. I just don't think second chance romances are really my thing. Like, it was still really good and I really enjoyed it. I just don't really like that trope all that much. So it was 3 stars for me. So the 6 books on my TBR, I read 1 book off of it, and that was Kingmakers by Sophie Lark, which is about a mafia university. You're following Anna and Leo, and they're like mafia heirs. So they go to this university to pretty much learn the ins and outs of being in the mafia. And their families are notorious mafia families in Chicago. And it's just them going freshman year to Kingmakers University. Now, I read that if you read the Brutal Prince series by her first, it's more impactful to read Kingmakers, and that's because Kingmakers are following the children of the characters in Brutal Prince and the Brutal Birthright series. And so I read the first Kingmakers book, and I decided to get into the Brutal Birthright series so that the rest of the Kingmaker series would be more impactful for me. I gave Kingmakers 4 stars. I absolutely loved it. It was a lot of fun to go to a mafia university. It's just a cool concept. I really liked it. And then, like I said, I got sucked down the Sophie Lark hole with the Brutal Birthright series, and I read the first 3. The first one is Brutal Prince, which is about Callum and Ada. She sets fire to his house on accident. And in order to like reconcile that, their families are already, they hate each other. But in order to reconcile her setting their house on fire, they make them get married. And so they're kind of forced proximity with each other because they're married. I loved it. It was 5 stars for me. 5 stars is a feeling, and I just ate it up. I loved it. This one's been my favorite so far. Then I read the second one, which is Stolen Heir, and this one is about Callum's little sister, Nessa. She gets kidnapped by the Polish mafia boss, Mikołaj, and she's a ballerina, as you can see on the cover, and they fall in love. I didn't love this one as much. I gave it 4 stars. I just didn't love the main girl character as much as I loved the one in Brutal Prince. Nothing wrong with her. She just was more shy, and I really liked the character in the first book because she was just crazy and sarcastic and hilarious and a badass. So anyway, I gave that one 4 stars. And then I read the third one, which is Savage Lover, which is about Ada's older brother, Nero. and Camille. And Camille is a mechanic at her father's auto shop, store, whatever. And then Nero is in the mafia. And they went to high school together. They didn't really think about each other, look at each other like that. But then, later down the line, they run into each other and things click. I gave this one 4 stars as well. I just knew that I would love Nero. Like the way he's described in the other books, I had a feeling, and I did. I loved him. So I plan on continuing this series, and then when I finish it, I plan on finishing the Kingmaker series. I'm just having a great time reading about Mafia. But I got the arc for Our Infinite Fates by Laura Steven from NetGalley this month. Comes out March 4th. I don't know when this video is going to go up. The book might already be out by then, but I got the arc, and it was really good. It's about these 2 beings who are like thousands of years old, and they're reincarnated every 18 years. And they are like destined to fall in love, but also kill each other by their 18th birthday. And one of the main characters, Evelyn, she has no idea why. She can't remember. But Arden, the other main character, he does remember why, and he just keeps telling her, it's better if you don't know. And so there's like a little mystery to it, and you're just kind of hoping that, maybe they don't have to kill each other this time. But it was really good. I had a lot of fun. It kind of reminded me of How to Stop Time by Matt Haig and Addie LaRue, or The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Just the atmosphere and the characters, and it was good. I recommend. I gave it 4 stars, so you should read it. Then I picked up The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. This is on my 25 books I want to read in 2025, and I've been eyeing it for a long time. It's just been in the back of my head. It's been a book that I just really wanted to pick up. But it's about, you're following Lucy, who she really wants to adopt this little boy who's in her class, and she doesn't have the money to do it. She thinks she's just a student aide, so she doesn't have a lot of money. And she goes to this island for a contest to win the only copy of the last book in her favorite childhood series. And so it's her and 3 other people, and they have to go and they have to compete in this contest and answer these riddles. Yeah? It's been a minute. Whoever wins gets the only copy of the book. And you can do whatever you want with it. You can publish it, you can keep it for yourself, you can sell it, you want to do whatever. So she wants to go and she wants to win the book so that she can sell it to a publishing company to get enough money to get a house and a car and all the things she needs so that she can adopt the little boy. And I had a good time. It was very heartwarming and magical, and it made me feel like a kid again, because the island is called Clock Island, and that's what the children's book series is about. So it just felt very kid-like, but for adults. It was just nice. I liked it. It was a good time. I gave it 4 stars. So I recommend. Then I read Nightshade by Autumn Woods, and I cannot recommend that book enough. I just randomly saw it on Kindle Unlimited. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. I think she's an indie author, and she's only written like 1 other book, but this is the first book in a duet. 5 stars. 6 stars. It was so good. It's a dark academia romance. It's got murder mystery. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. I have told literally anyone who will listen to me about this book. It was so good. You need to read it. I think she said that the second one is going to come out sometime this year, and I cannot wait. So, highly recommend. I will probably end up rereading that book at some point. I just loved it so much. Then I read a little novella, another one of those mystery novellas from the Busybodies collection. And I don't typically give ratings for novellas because there's just not like a whole lot there to rate unless it's just like amazing. But I read it while I was at work just for like a quick finish something while I was there. And when I finished it, it was more of a what the heck just happened kind of thing because it happened so fast because it was a novella. Obviously, it had to. I just I don't know. It was like 0 to 100. It caught me off guard, and I was like, I don't know what's going on, but cool. And then the last book I read, the second Inheritance Games book, and I don't want to say too much since it's the second book. I don't want to like spoil anything, but I read the first book sometime last year, and I really liked it. It's young adult mystery. There's riddles and secret passageways is in the house, and just a lot of fun. So I read the second one, and it was good too. I gave it 3.5 stars. I think, like, I do like reading young adult books, and I really like Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Like, I love the Natural series. I'm really liking this series. It's just sometimes young adult books don't give me all the feels. 3.5 stars is good for a young adult book, I think. So I do want to finish this series. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I just don't know when. It's more of a if I don't know what to read, I don't know what I'm in the mood for, I kind of pick it up. So that's what I read in February. If you've read any of these books, let me know in the comments. If you have any suggestions, like if you have anything that's similar to Sophie Lark's books or similar to the Nightshade book, let me know because I want to know. I want to read it. So that's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!